Hey Alpha Strikers, welcome to another episode of ErX's Clicks Academy for Higher Learning. Today we're talking about title characters. I had some questions recently on how they are used, like a little tutorial video. I've not seen any on YouTube at all, so I've gone ahead and taken the responsibility of creating this lovely video for you guys out there.
ErX is gonna school me.
You're here to learn, aren't you, Mikeneto?
I'm gonna be learned by the end of this video.
So, title characters, they are very complex but very simple all at the same time. What I can tell you guys, basically, these are what I would call super unique characters on your force.
How do you get complex and simple at the same time?
It's called simplex. Make sense?
Sure.
Alright. So, title characters, I'm going to go ahead and read this one brick right here real quick for you guys, okay? Then I'm going to break it down for you as well. So, title character. Title characters have special title character abilities indicated by an open black book or open white book that let them gain and spend plot points when activating them. To activate a title character, give that character a free action. So this is a free action, guys, during your main phase of your turn, your action phase of your turn. Choose the ability of the ones listed on the right side of the book here, and then add or remove a number of plot points indicated by the ability. Every single title character starts with X amount. For examples we have here, Deadpool starts with 3. How many does yours have?
2 for Title Strange, Doctor Strange, Earth's Guardian.
2 for him?
2.
Alright.
Yep, starts at 2.
Alright. And then title characters may only activate one of these title abilities per turn. So it's very, very important. You can't use multiple of these per turn. They are limited to 1 per turn. You may not activate a title character ability if doing so would result in less than 0 plot points. So you can never go negative. You cannot activate your -6 ability if you only have 4 plot points.
Makes sense. Can't spend what I don't have.
Yep. Title character abilities cannot be countered or ignored. What this means is any powers on the open and black book powers or closed book can't be countered or ignored. Nothing on their dial. You can only outwit their powers and still abilities. Well, new rules, no, just their powers. Next. The other thing is here, title characters have these continuous closed book abilities as well. These are always active, and continuity traits can't be ignored, period. So these black books, when I read to you guys next, you have to make sure you pay attention to when they happen.
Okay, so closed black books are called continuity effects.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. So the first black book that these two both share, which I'm pretty sure most might, but hey, it's to be seen with the new ones. First one says, after clearing action tokens, so this will be during your clearing tokens phase.
Mm-hmm.
If Deadpool, Merc with the Mouth, X character here, activated title character ability this turn, but didn't attack an opposing character this turn, deal him 1 unavoidable damage. So this means if you activate any one of their title character abilities, but do not attack, at the clear phase of your turn, you're going to have to deal them 1 unavoidable damage. That's kind of a powerful thing, because if you sit there and wind these up over time to get those powerful effects, they have to have a downside. These figures, in my opinion, are way undercosted for the dials that they have and the powers they can put out. So I think that's why they put this on here, to help balance them. The second one seems to be more unique to each character. I'll go ahead and look at Deadpool's here. So when Deadpool, Merc with the Mouth, is KO'd, after actions resolve, give each friendly character on the map 2 action tokens that do not deal pushing damage. This could have been a lot worse. This could have been pushing damage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just insane. But basically what it's saying is if you lose your Deadpool, Merc with the Mouth, your whole next turn, you have to clear. It's basically you do free actions and lose a turn.
So for Doctor Strange, it's when he's KO'd after actions resolve, deal 2 unavoidable damage to the friendly character occupying the square closest to the square Doctor Strange or Earth's Guardian last occupied. Now, there has been a ruling that if there are 2 characters, friendly characters, that are the same distance away, you would then choose which one would take the unavoidable. So
That's correct.
So far I'm seeing that if your title character, your comic book title character dies during his own story, everybody's in shock and awe, and something bad happens from that.
Yes, some kind of mishap. They seem to be more thematic to each character, which I kind of like. So hopefully we'll see some more cool ones when I've heard rumors of Thor and Harley Quinn for their respective sets. We'll see what happens. So basically look at the title abilities. Okay, we're going to go over these really quickly. Like, we're not going to read these point for point here, but they have black +1s, open book, and minus white books. So black books open mean you're going to plus the plot points up on that figure. Deadpool's is really cool because his says heal him up to 1 click of damage and get a plot point. So essentially, he can sit there and bounce on click 1 and 2 in the back of your starting area and get those plot points because he kind of breaks his own rules.
So is there a limit to how many plot points I can have on a title character at one time?
There's not. You can sit there and stack it as high as you want. But remember, you can only ever use 1 ability per turn. So you cannot heal up to 1 and then slow-mo bullet time in the same turn.
Okay.
Which is -6.
And then these are free actions, so if there's anything that would prevent me from using free actions...
This could hurt you.
Okay.
So, quick wrap-up, guys. So, these characters are super unique. You can only ever have 1 title character per force. Not 1 Doctor Strange and 1 Deadpool. 1. So you either choose Deadpool or Doctor Strange that we have right now.
Can I run a Prime on my force when I have a title character?
Yes, you may.
Okay. So Prime is 1 per force, title character is 1 per force, but they're different categories.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you may have those. And then these can be assigned relics or objects and equipment possessors. They can. There's no rule that says this. They can't. And the other thing to remember is that these abilities in their card, once you open the book, anything in there cannot be countered or ignored. You have to follow all of the rules in these. There's a lot of text there, guys, but it's not that bad. The best way I can explain to teach a new player or a player using these figures, use them just like you would on your force. You're paying the X amount of point cost for their figure, get them in the fight. Play them normal. But you can play defensively knowing that they have these abilities on standby at any old time. Deadpool's -2. Lock all values until my next turn.
All right, Professor X. Well, I've got a question. It says here that if I used the ability and didn't attack an opposing character this turn, I would deal him 1 unavoidable damage. So does that mean I take the unavoidable damage if I miss with the attack?
If you miss with the attack, no.
Okay.
Because at that point you declared an attack and did roll dice.
I still rolled the attack. Okay.
Yeah.
What if I targeted 1 character with shape change and they succeed their shape change, but there wasn't any other opposing character?
If there are no other appropriate targets for the attack, there's no attack to be made and the action results without an attack. Therefore, rulings would say you didn't make an attack, so you wouldn't have to take damage.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Because I didn't roll dice, I didn't make an attack, I'm going to be taking on a little damage. So, yeah.
So make sure when you guys are attacking shape change characters, make sure you have multiple targets in available range. Any other questions there, Mikeneto?
So one question I know that I've heard come up before is there is a confusion about the title character abilities can't be countered or ignored. So this does not include the colored powers on their dial.
Nope.
So they can still be outwitted normally for their regular PAC powers, but it's the ones that are on the inside of the book that cannot be countered.
It's because on the front of the card you guys see it says title character abilities traded. In the new rules, Outwit will be able to counter powers that come from traits. This is basically saying protected Outwit for the new rules for everything in the inside of this book.
Well, they kind of thought ahead with that. I mean, how would that be? Oh, your title character Deadpool, I'm going to outwit that regen title character ability you have? Bah.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean that Nick Balls of Fury can say you can't use that power? Because the new rules specifically state that the outwit that in instances of can't use, it's not protected by protected outwit.
I would only imagine it would be actual powers. Nothing on these actually say a power. He has to pick a standard special power. None of his abilities give those.
A standard power, okay. If it says that he has to pick a standard power, I can see that. But if there was somebody who came along and said that you can't use a power of my choice, would I be able to stop your title character abilities?
I believe so, unless they rule otherwise. These new rules are going to be really iffy with these can't use things. I'm really excited to see what the rulebook entails about that, because I do know now that Outwit, even though it says you can't use a power, powers that specifically say can't use don't apply to protect Outwit.
So Doctor Strange, Earth the Guardian, can I replace him with a character from outside the board that,
I did not cover that. Thank you for bringing that up. So title characters cannot be replaced or replace other characters. They have aptly named these two appropriately to do that. So this is Deadpool, Mark with a Mouth. That's Doctor Strange, Earth's Guardian. The shifting focus Deadpools can't use this one as a shifter, or the from an alternate universe. They won't have the right name affiliation to do that. So there's no way to bring these cards off your board or from the sideline. They are on your force. They are sticking to your force. That's what they're there for.
Okay. Yep. The last line there says title characters can't replace or be replaced. So they either start on the board or they're not on the board. Period.
Correct.
All right. Well, I think that sums up the sum of my points here, or my questions. I guess with the plot points, you just put a little die on the card and.
Yeah, to mark them. One thing I do want to mention: ID cards. In case you have questions about those. His name is Stephen Strange on the front, yeah? You can technically call him in, because you're not replacing him. But you don't start with the plot points, I believe, because this thing says at the beginning of the game, right? Upon further investigation, nothing on this card says that he doesn't get his plot points. He is the only ID card available title character at this point. If I find anything in the rules forums, I will put them in the description box below. But as I see it right now, if you call him in for 80 points, he gets his plot point abilities.
That would be really awesome, because then I could just call him in and be like, yeah, you get a bonus, everybody gets mystics, and,
only one. He's only there for a turn, but you get to pick one.
All right, give you a bonus. Everybody who's, wild card gets mystics, people are chasing you gets mystics, whatever it is. Yeah. And then, I took an avoidable damage. Bye! And away I go.
Well, that's for the real boy version, I think. But if you're just calling him in.
God.
Yeah.
ID card real boy this guy for 80 points. Of course, wow.
But all subject to rules. We gotta look those up and make sure. But yeah, nothing on these things indicate they don't start with these plot points because of the wording on the ability. So
that'd be terrible if they KO'd him in one turn. Because then you're taking that.
There is that risk. That is still in effect, guys. So if he dies, you just got 2 unavoidable damage to the nearest figure to him. Most likely the character that called him in. So, yeah. But guys, I hope that's been helpful. This has been Title Characters in its full that I understand it. Mike, did you have any further comments, questions, concerns?
No, I think we've covered all the bases, all the questions I've heard, all the questions that I had, all the little corner cases and things that people are going to try and use to break this to its fullest in the meta circuit. So,
but yeah, guys, this has been ErX's Clicks Academy for Higher Learning. My name is Eric.
I'm Mikeneto.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. And remember,
strike first
and strike hard.